Toronto, Ontario. To Ottawa Senators fans, enemy territory and home to their greatest rival. But today, the Senators are here for a different purpose. Director of Player Personnel Pierre Dorian and the rest of the Senators scouting staff are in Toronto for the annual NHL Scouting Combine. The 6-day event will give them a chance to meet with over 60 of the top hockey prospects for face-to-face interviews, and it's the next step towards the team's picks in the NHL entry draft.
Nice to meet you, Doug. How are you?
Hi, Greg Royce.
Nice to meet you.
Just strengths and weaknesses as a player.
I think for me as a strength, I don't think I have any weaknesses. I think I'm a big, complete defenseman, a good skater. I think I'm smart and skilled and pretty much a complete defenseman. I think the main thing I need to work on is my strength. Just get bigger and kind of fill out in my body.
When do you feel you'll be ready to play in the NHL?
I think just when the team wants me. I think it's basically up to the team.
What we try to do is we try to meet as many kids as we can, kids that we feel that are on our radar. What we're trying to do is to get to know them as people. Obviously they're hockey players, but always we want to find out more about their character, what makes them good hockey players, what will make them good hockey players down the road.
Where are you from?
I was born in Calgary.
Yeah.
Then we moved to Ottawa.
We know what your dad does for a living. What does he do?
He still works as a scout for the Oilers.
Okay.
I remember just when I was like 6, 7, kind of age I remember, so I remember he taking me in the dressing room. So
Nice meeting you. Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you.
Good luck, Greg.
Nice to meet you.
Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
So what would the teammates say about you?
Teammate, I think they'd say I'm a good guy to be around. I think they'd say I'm quietly turning into a bit of a leader, and I hope Mike appoints me a leader next year. But first and foremost, I hope they'd say I'm a good guy to be around.
Who do you compare yourself in the NHL to?
Actually, I love Jason Spezza. I think he's got that hunched over skating style. I kind of hunch over my skate too, and I love how elusive he is with the puck and everything he does with the puck, so I like to watch him a lot.
Next time I see Jason, I'll tell him someone mentioned his name.
Sounds good, yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Okay, thanks.
All right, have a good day.
I would say the majority have been taught, have been prepared for the questions, so try to throw them a little curveball and find out a little bit more and deviate from the norm to get some different questions. But unfortunately, there are some players that stand out for bad reasons, and fortunately, there's some players that really stand out for have great interviews and really make a mark.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hi. How are you? Bob Jansek. How are
Nice
you?
to meet you.
Hi, Ryan. Bob Lowe's.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Greg Royce. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you. What club were you?
We were not going to take too much of your time.
Okay.
We know you won't be there at 6. So.
You never know.
You never know. Hobbies outside of hockey.
I like to play video games and stuff. And
Which one do you play?
Well, NHL 11.
You play as yourself?
Yeah, sometimes. It's pretty weird seeing yourself on a video game.
Yeah.
It's really weird, but.
Who's better, the video game version of you or yourself?
Probably the video game.
That's good. Well, it'd be the biggest and greatest treat for us if you were there, but.
I appreciate that.
Good luck. You're a good player.
I like you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Ryan.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks a lot.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
How are you?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good.
Good. How are you?
Bob.
Hi, Jonathan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
When did it click for you, or when did you know that you were going to be a good NHL prospect?
Maybe I did my first year in the junior JHL. I think it started all in midget AAA. I wasn't supposed to be invited there, and finally got invited and made the team. A little bit nervous, but I mean you gotta ask, and so they ask questions and you gotta answer it, and I think that's because they want to know you, and you don't need to be nervous when you go in this room. Sometimes you don't express yourself, and I'm French, so sometimes I don't express myself like I want.
For you, what is the difference between good and exceptional?
I think it's do something, you gotta do it. Like I think there's sometimes you can do it good, but you always want to do it better. So I think it's like a thing like the coach tell you to do. Like I always want to do it like better. So I think if you tell me like I'm doing good, but I'll work harder to do it like exceptional, I think.
You play video games or anything like that?
Yeah, Xbox, but I don't play. Last year more, but more my share this year.
While the interviews can be unpredictable, often the prospects' responses can be all too familiar.
Do you have an idea where you're going to go in the draft? Or?
I haven't really talked to my agent about that yet, but you know, you never really know. You never really know where you're going to end up or what's going to happen at draft day. But more than anything, I'm just looking forward to the experience and hope to get selected and looking forward to the opportunity.
Nice meeting you, Mark.
Yeah, nice meeting
you.
Good luck to you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
Nice to meet you. Thanks.
Mark, how's your schedule tomorrow?
Before he leaves, Dorian asks one of the prospects for a second meeting the following morning. It's not uncommon for this to happen, and when it does, it's usually to get a better idea of who they are. Sometimes, however, the prospect needs to hear the honest truth before they feel comfortable opening up.
Well, the reason we wanted to meet with you is just we felt yesterday that you were a bit programmed with some of your answers. We just want to get to just relax, tell us more about yourself, and then want to have a better feel for you. Don't we think you're a good player, so nothing bad. We just want you to unwind a bit.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
While this doesn't necessarily mean the Senators will draft the prospect, he is a little more honest with the scouts over breakfast. At least they get a sense now of who he is off the ice.
Thank you very much.
You try to find out, you know, do they have life to them? The biggest thing I'm trying to find out is sometimes when you see a player on the ice and you think their character is questionable, their battle level's questionable, is try to find out more about them as people. That way, if it goes from the ice to being a person.
After 4 days of interviews, the Combine then switches gears into the physical testing. Over 100 hockey prospects will be put through a multitude of grueling physical tests, taking them to their limits. A select few are then invited back to Ottawa the following week for additional workouts with strength and conditioning coach Chris Schwartz and a group skate with Director of Player Development Randy Lee.
Some people get tied up too much in all these proceedings. I think it's what on the ice that matters the most. What you do on the ice, what we think you're going to be on the ice is probably the biggest component in us rating a player. You know, if they don't compete or they don't have that drive as a person and they don't show it on the ice, so most likely they probably won't succeed in the NHL.